Hi everyone, my name is Waterwitch222 and welcome to another React video. In today's React video, I'm going to be reacting to Taking Slice of Life Too Seriously by Fob Equestria. Sorry, I couldn't talk for a minute. aka also known as Mr. Josh Scorcher, also known as Fire Joker, also known as Firebrand, also known as a whole bunch of other names that I could probably list for hours. This guy has a lot of names. Anyway, yeah, I saw this pop up, and Slice of Life is currently now my favorite My Little Pony episode. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Josh's comedic spin on this episode, seeing as it is a pretty special one. So yes, without further ado, let us begin. Alright, gotta just volume, boop-a-doo, and boop. Okay, that was an epic fail. Let's try this again. Okay. Boop. Oh my gosh!
I don't know what normal is anymore! I don't know what real is anymore! Brain.exe has stopped working! What is my life? I can't do it, Doc! I can't freaking do it! Look what we're dealing with,
to wake him up.
Additional internet meme! Oh wait, that's what this episode consists mainly of. No!
Firebrand, are you okay?
Shall we continue on this next week?
Dr. Wolf! Oh, forward operating basic question. That's what I was trying to say before. With the way.
Okay, disclaimers out of
Oh my gosh, pink
First
glasses,
one,
that's so
you know me,
fabulous.
I avoid spoilers. All I knew was this episode was going to have background characters. I didn't know they were going to be featured. I mean, the most I expected was several big cameos like Rainbow Falls. Second disclaimer. I know what this episode is and what it's trying to be. It's a love letter to the fandom for helping make the show what it is, and wow, that's almost an exact quote from my Double Rainbow review. Whoa, whoa there. This
Put the
episode
shotgun
is
away.
not as bad as Double Rainbow. Absolutely not.
Yay!
But if we take off the rose-colored glasses and ignore the memes and references and personal validation,
Aww.
is it still good? Let's take a look. This episode
gosh.
opens up with Matilda and Cranky getting married! Aw, that's nice. Good to
that's
see more
cute.
couples appearing in this show. Apparently, the wedding invitations they sent out had the wrong date, being today.
Oh my.
You didn't look at the invitations until today. Well, that's your fault. So, who is the culprit behind this mix-up?
Derpy!
That's not funny! It's never been funny! It's never gonna be funny!
Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh.
Yeah, you
I
are.
suppose, out of fandom context, that's a good way to introduce this character as someone who's not all there in the head. But that begs the question, why did they give her the job in the first place? So, Derpy, oh, sorry, Muffins, if you
I
want to
hate
goes
that.
to, what's this guy's name? Is it ever said? I mean, she said Doc, but surely that can't be his whole name. Also, he said decades/centuries of his life's work went into discovering time travel. And that's all we know.
Time Lord!
Time
Lord, I'm calling it!
Is he a Time Lord because he's centuries old? Or is that just how long ponies live? What else is he working on? What has he seen? Why does this relationship seem more like Rick and Morty rather than Doctor Who?
I have so many questions!
Yes,
And none
I'm
of them
tapping
will
on
be
Abrams references.
answered!
No, Alucard is not going to be bursting through the wall. Okay, so we have Fantastic, Alonzi, Geronimo, and...
Great Wickering Stallions!
Yeah, trying
Great
too hard
Wickering
to be
Stallions!
That just doesn't roll off the tongue. I mean,
I like
goodness
it. I think
gracious
it's-
alive, that's one of the weirdest euphemisms I've ever heard. So Doc goes to
think
Carousel
it's
Boutique to
cute.
get some clothes from Rarity and runs by Vinyl Scratch. Is Vinyl mute? Oh gosh, that would actually be really cool if Vinyl was mute. Or if they're setting up for a joke about her talking. I'm cool either way. Dr. Who's is somehow suckered into bowling, we get some funny interactions, and the town comes together to find that the main six
Octavia,
are talking
hi!
about something important.
Maybe it's just a friendship problem, and it'll all be cleared up in a half an hour or so.
Okay, that is hilarious. I mean, with all the shenanigans the main six get into, you can bet the townsfolk would take notice and possibly speculate on it. Hey, it's what I would do. That's what we technically do every Saturday. Then the problem makes itself known, and...
What the f*** is that?
What the fuck?
How did that pass design phase? Huh, I wonder how that staff meeting went.
Oh, boss, we need a thing for the main six to fight while everyone else is busy.
Lawson, I really don't care. Just make something.
But I can't think of anything, that's why I asked you!
Just open a dictionary of animals, pick the first two animals you see, and combine them. This isn't my problem.
What?
That
You
actually
can't
sounds like a
possibly
pretty
do
creative
something
way to
that
do it.
lazy.
Here, let me do it for you. Babby. Babby? Nah, sounds too much like Bobby. We'd get sued. Yeah, be bad, that'll work.
But that makes no sense! This isn't Avatar! We can't get away with something like that! We used the Everfree Forest as an excuse too many times, so there's absolutely no—
Just say it's from Tartarus or something. The bronies will accept that.
Oh, come on, there are so many better options
They
here!
are
You want to be assigned another
underrating our
episode on the
intelligence
level
here.
of the Twilacorn incident, Mitchell.
Be Bear it is, then.
Thanks, M.A. Lawson.
Bugbear.
So we see Lyra and Bon Bon.
Yay.
I can't tell if they're trying to dispel the notion that they're a couple or if it's supposed to be tongue-in-cheek. Either way, it doesn't make Secret Agent Bon Bon any less weird. Guess that thing in Mystery on the Friendship Express actually led up to something. The name's Bon. Bon Bon. Sweetheart. not sugar. This certainly erupts a few headcanons. Instead of Lyra being the crazy one, it's Bon Bon. And it also explains why she's had a billion different voices. So let me get this straight. She's a ventriloquist spy demon hunter. That's actually kind of epic. But she's also incredibly incompetent as she revealed her identity when she really didn't need to. She fancies herself a Van Helsing when she's really more of a Shawn. It's also very interesting to see how the show interprets Vinyl Scratch. I mean, the fandom Vinyl is Diet Rainbow Dash with a shot of Party Animal. This Vinyl Scratch is actually more modest, helpful, and courteous. I like that. This one better. And we also see that Octavia and Vinyl Scratch live together. This raises some questions. I mean, they're definitely not a couple because they wouldn't divide the house like that if they were. And they're definitely not roommates because there's no way they'd be able to tolerate living with each other the way they act around each other. Honestly, the way this is portrayed, I think they're siblings. I mean, you see the mutual respect, but the division. You see their obvious disinclination of musical taste, but you also see the immense tolerance levels they have. And you also see the sort of synchronization they have. To me, this is the only thing that makes sense. Are they gonna do a duet? Please tell me they're going to do a duet. They're going to do a duet.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful! I have borne witness to the seamless blend of dubstep and orchestra! I haven't seen this kind of music work this well since epic rap battles!
Lindsay Sterling.
My strobes glow like Chernobyl. Kids explode and get mobile. Why don't you put down your Cubase and pick up a real ball? I rocked harder than you when I was 5 years old.
And then they start flying out on the bass cannon and...
Woo!
Okay, Billies and Gentlecolts, I have nothing else to say here but welcome to the Mind Screw.
Everything you know is wrong. Black is white, up is down, and short is
Insanity montage. Oh my gosh, Firebrand's going nuts.
doesn't matter. Everything you know is wrong. Just forget the words and say
My gosh. Firebrand, are you okay?
everything you know is wrong.
What you say? What is life? Is it nothing more than the endless?
Oh my gosh, Firebrand's face.
And what is a cutie mark?
Little
But a
gummy.
constant reminder that we're all only one bugbear attack away from oblivion. And what of the poor gator? Flank forever blank.
Firebrand,
Destined to an
stop staring into my
existence
soul.
Swim down the river of life to an unknowable destiny.
My mind!
So we see the Doctor and Derby have a cute little moment. Alright, the fact that he's Doctor Who and the fandom nod wasn't too subtle, but it was okay. I mean, at least they didn't.
Allons-y.
That's what best friends are for.
Whoa, whoa. Nah. Mouse, come back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Stupid mouse. Anyway.
Why does that sound so forced? You know, saying it over and over isn't going to stop people from shipping you two, you realize.
Yeah.
So we see that Shining Armor is at the wedding, and he is crying a lot. Now we know why Cadence loves him. He's a massive dork. Then again, I'd also probably cry at other weddings if my own wedding was interrupted by a,
Oh my. What's that thing doing there?
Changeling! Code Red! Changeling in our midst! There was no canon establishment that changelings are anything other than evil, and we need to protect
What?
everyone from them! How a changeling was able to appear in public and not get
what?
arrested, I don't know, but we must take care of it!
What?
Or we'll be shooting ourselves.
Okay, that was taken care of reasonably accessibly.
Well, then, Dr.
So
Ibadashi,
that
you
was
probably
Slice
should
of
stay
Life.
away from Firebrand.
So far, I can see about 3 different opinions of this episode. The first being, OMG, Jeffrey said muffins, best episode ever! These are people who are easily pleased. The second being,
Of all the stupid, asinine,
Of all the worst things that could happen, this is the most possible thing!
hey, I can't help it, it's too quotable. And the third opinion being, that was okay. Appreciate the thought, DHX. I am in the latter category. Yes, this episode is pandering, pure and simple. But I think
I
it
love
still
this
stands on its own
episode.
as a story. I mean, look, let's break this down. Are the jokes
Background
funny?
ponies.
Sorta. Not all of them work, but a lot of them do. Do the references make sense if you don't know the source? Sure. I mean, if you take most of the lines out of context, they aren't too out of place. Is the plot coherent? Yeah, in terms of what we usually see in the show. We've seen weirder stuff happen and liked it. Is the moral
Yeah.
at least decent or unique? Yeah, definitely. Everyone has a story, usually it's weird, and everyone's important in their own way. That's pretty unique.
I like
Was
it.
it aesthetically pleasing? Yeah, it was. It's not my favorite episode, probably C+ territory, but it works. Me personally, I got my unique experience and my giggles. I'm good. Though, to be honest, it's really hard to come up with an objective opinion to the episode. If you were never really a fan of the memes and interpretations of the characters to come out of the fandom, this episode really isn't going to do it for you. However, if you're a hardcore brony who eats up anything pony related, then you're going to think this episode is S tier. And me, I feel my perspective is too biased. Because of this, I actually showed this episode to my sister, who had no exposure to bronydom, in order to get her unbiased opinion. She really couldn't find anything wrong with it, but couldn't find anything spectacular about it either. So I think it's safe to say this was an average episode at best, with how you'll react to the memes inserted, making it or breaking it for you. Though, I'm going to say this now, without any sense of irony, and because you truly deserve it to be said honestly. Thanks, M.A. Larson.
Thank you,
for
M.A.
taking
Larson!
us too seriously.
Everything you know is
Ooh,
wrong.
this music's actually pretty
What
catchy.
down is short is long. And everything you thought was just so important doesn't matter. Everything you know is wrong. Just forget the words and say
Anyway. But yes. Well said, Firebrand. Although, I think you should probably have more appointments with Dr. Wool, because you were a little bit all over the place in this episode. Anyway, that's my reaction to that. Thank y'all for watching. Later, Surrey peoples.